Hello, professor and class. My name is Destiny Lowe, and this is my last speech, the WAC essay number 3 on my experience in this class. My experience in this class was very pleasant. It was easier, in my opinion, than being in front of a class full of 20 plus people. For some reason, I felt more comfortable doing my speeches on the computer in front of only 2 people and seeing myself on video instead of a class with 20 plus people in it. It was pretty simple as long as you stayed on top of task and on top of your work and assignments in this class schedule. I will let any student know that is looking into registering for online public speaking classes to take it. When I first started this class online, it was my first online class ever. When I seen all of the things what I had to do and upload and present, I kind of got frustrated and annoyed because I felt like that was a little bit of extra work than being in a regular public speaking class. But being that we weren't in a class, how could we be doing public speaking without uploading things, right? I just knew I made the worst mistake ever by taking the public speaking class, but it was a total opposite. I got way more confident in my speaking, and I got into it a little more once I started seeing myself on video. Maybe not all public speaking classes are this easy and self-explanatory online, but this is one, and the professor did a great job making it easy and possible for the class to get in, which I would like to thank you for. So thank you, professor. So yes, if a student wants to take the public speaking class online with the same professor I took, I would say yes without a doubt, because you will not have a hard time understanding the material as long as you stay on task with the assignments and submit everything that is asked of you. You may not get an A in the class, but depending on the work that you do or the things that you hand in, you will still, as long as everything is handed in on time, you will get a passing grade. But depending on the work that you present to the class and the professor, who's to say if you can get an A or not? But I've taken a public speaking class before, and it's the worst to me in person and standing in front of a class. I don't know what it is. Everybody say I'm very confident in my speaking, and I do a great job, but I think otherwise. I get more nervous. Even though I can read over something and go over it as many times as I want and practice it and get it in my head. Once I stand in front of a class and try to present something, I will go from the first sentence always to the last sentence, always to the middle sentence. I would just be all over the paper and all over the place because of my nervousness. I would slouch. I would try to fidget and do stuff just to keep the class, I guess, off of me speaking personally and onto something else. But I don't know. I just find that public speaking was easier for me on the computer online than in front of a class. I got all my work done. I stayed on time. The professor, you did everything nice and in order and self-explanatory. So if I needed to know something, I could just go look on course information and see what I needed handed in, when it was due, and everything. I didn't have to jump around from place to place on trying to find where this is at and where that is at and when is this due and when is that due. Everything was pretty easy for me, and I really enjoyed this class. And I think that maybe now I could stand in front of a crowd of people and probably present something just because I have a little bit more confidence in myself, but I could go a little bit more harder. But that was my experience in this class. I enjoyed it. I would take an online public speaking class or any online class any day after this. I totally have a different view for online classes, and I really enjoyed the class, and I enjoyed the professor, and thank you for making everything as simple as you did.